Alright, I just finished watching the movie Rest Stop. The latest in what they're calling, I guess, torture porn, though the torture aspect of the movie is a little quite understated, shall we say. It was recommended to me by a couple of people. They said that it was quite good, and so I put it on hold and checked it out, and I just watched it. So with that in mind, we're going to take a little quiz, okay, based on the movie Rest Stop, to see what would you do if you were in Nicole. There's Nicole, our hapless heroine. If you were in Nicole's situation in a variety of events that happen in the movie. Alright, so get out a pen and a piece of paper. You need to keep track of your score for this. Alright, here we go. Question number 1. You're at a rest stop in rural California, and you've just come out of the bathroom, where you've read multiple cries for help scribbled on the stall walls to discover that not only are both your boyfriend and the car gone, but there are layers of missing persons flyers tacked to the rest stop message board. What do you do? Do you A. survey your surroundings and take inventory, including the propane tank in the supply closet, and the matches and the radio in the ranger station? Or do you B. wander around all day yelling your boyfriend's name and wait until dark to break into the ranger station and get drunk on wild turkey? Okay, question number 2. Help has finally arrived in the form of a cop on a motorcycle. As usual, he doesn't believe you when you tell him a homicidal maniac is stalking you, and as a result gets run over by said homicidal maniac, who is now waiting in his truck as you rush over to the fallen officer. What do you do? Do you A. take the officer's gun out of its holster, and when the homicidal maniac backs up to run over him again, shoot the killer point blank through the open window in the truck? Or B. cry a lot while you try to drag the officer out of the way, and when the homicidal maniac backs up to repeatedly run over the officer's legs, scream and cry some more? Alright, you got that? Question number 3. A motorhome has been sitting in the parking lot while all of this has been happening, and not only have you seen instant camera flashes from the back window, but several attempts to elicit help or even a response from the occupant go unanswered. When the motorhome begins to pull out of the parking lot, what do you do? Do you A. let the motorhome go and feel relieved that there are fewer creepy people sharing the rest stop with you? Or B. get in the motorhome with the creepy family? Honestly, Nicole, what were you thinking? Alright, did you write down? You got your scores? Are you caught up so far? Okay, here we go. Number 4. After having been trapped in the bathroom with a profusely bleeding and dying police officer, you use a crowbar to pry off the door handle, leaving a sizable hole in the door. When the homicidal maniac returns, you A. using the officer's gun, shoot the homicidal maniac in the gut through the opening in the door, and when he's writhing in pain on the ground, open the door and shoot him point blank in the head. So A. Or B. shoot 4 bullets blindly through the steel door and then use the 2 remaining bullets to shoot the officer point blank in the head. So A or B. Okay, here's the last question. Number 5. You have just thrown a Molotov cocktail at the homicidal maniac's truck, resulting in a huge explosion. As you get closer to the truck, you realize, to your horror, that the homicidal maniac's body is not in the truck. Do you A. run like hell? Or B. stand there for several moments with your mouth open and a quizzical look on your face, giving the homicidal maniac the opportunity to sneak up behind you and hit you in the head with a blunt object? So A or B. Okay, so that was 5 questions. Do you have your scores ready? All right. Now, if you for every A that you answered, give yourself 1 point. Okay, so 1 point for a maximum of 5 points. For if you answered B for anything, give yourself 0 points because you are dead, just like Nicole. Poor Nicole at the end. Okay, so honestly, if you're ever trapped in a rest stop and any of these things happen to you, take a lesson from Nicole and do not ever choose B. All right. Now, I suppose that one would say that Run Like Hell is pretty much an option throughout the entire film, but as there is some indication that there are a few other people who may or may not be in cahoots with the homicidal maniac, perhaps it's a little riskier than you might think. Unless, of course, you just decide to run to the woods and climb up a tree until he loses interest, which, of course, is always an option. So anyway, that's Rest Stop. If you're interested in a few good laughs, well, check it out. The beginning is actually quite good, but it gets ridiculous really fast. So anyway, Rest Stop, directed by John Shiban, and it is the first film from Raw Feed Films, the blood-drenched first film from Raw Feed Films. So anyway, Rest Stop. Check it out.